Well, the Community Enrichment Dinner here in Lima is going to feature a play, The Black Angels Over Tuskegee, and we have got the author and director of that show, Leon Gray, with us today, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this play features the Tuskegee Airmen from World War II. First of all, why did you want to write a play about them?
You know, I've always been fascinated with the Tuskegee Airman story. Growing up in Louisiana, we never knew about the airmen. So when I had an opportunity to move to Los Angeles, I met one of the airmen, and I was like, wow, his story is so fascinating. I said, this would be incredible to tell it on stage. And this was in 2008. And at that time, there was a HBO movie with Lawrence Fishburne and Cuba Gooding Jr., but there had never been a stage play. So I said, wow, this would be the perfect opportunity to put that story on stage for the world to see.
Okay, so what's the storyline? Does it follow just one, I don't know, unit or whatever? What's the storyline of the play?
Yeah, the play chronicles 6 men who come from different parts of the country coming together to become the first Black aviators in World War II. And through this journey from 1942 to 1947, we see how they become a family, how they become a brotherhood, and just truly appreciate going to fight for their country.
Okay, so you guys are coming to town. It's for our Community Enrichment Dinner on November 2nd. Tickets are available now. What do you want people to take away from when they come and see the play?
You know, it's always fascinating when people come to see the show. All nationalities can really, really enjoy this show because it's a Tuskegee Airman story, but it's more or less about what's going on underneath, and that is the underdog just trying to succeed no matter what people say. So I think people will really, really take away that when they come from seeing the show, of that brotherhood, that unity, of never letting anyone tell you that you can't succeed. And I always say, if these men could do it in 1940 when there was segregation and with all these kind of rules for African Americans, we have no reason today not to succeed.
Wow. So are you pleased with the way the show is on the stage and what you've been hearing response back?
Yeah, the show has been running now since 2009, and we travel all around the country presenting this story. And what I truly love is when students come out and witness this story about these men, because this isn't in history books. And I always say, you know, this is American history, not just Black history. So it's a beautiful thing when kids come out and they see this true story, especially little Black kids, when they see these airmen who fought in World War II and they had no idea. So it's been incredible touring around the country. We've performed for the U.S. Army. We've performed several shows for the National Football League, the NFL, because they believe the brotherhood in this play really, really would help their players. So it's been an amazing run. And I tell you, you know, I wrote this show so long ago, and I also acted it. And I never get tired of doing this show. People always ask me, Leon, do you get tired of doing the show for over 10, 12 years? And I say, I find something new in this piece every day, with the actors, with the story, and most of all with the audience who come and they bring us their energy, their laughter, and their tears. Wow,
you are busy then. If you wrote the show, you're in the show, you're helping to direct it, but you must get a really great feeling from it.
I do. You know, what's mostly important for me is when the airmen, I mean, there are, you know, unfortunately, they're passing away every year. And for those who continue to come and see the show, I'll never forget when we did the show in Las Vegas, the very first time we did the show. And I was so nervous, you know, I'm saying, here I am, this little guy from Louisiana trying to tell this story about these incredible men. I said, I hope they enjoy the show. So after we finished the play, it was total silence. And I said to myself, oh my God, they didn't like the show. Then all of a sudden there was a roar of applause when the curtain came back up and we took our bows. And we went out to meet the men at the end of the play. One of the men, he grabbed me and he hugged me and he said, out of all the stories that have been told by them, the books and the films, Black Angels Over Tuskegee was the one that was the most accurate. And that stays true to my heart. Out of all the great reviews the show has received, that's the one that stands at the top.
I don't blame you. That is awesome. That is a seal of approval for sure. All right, so people, get your tickets now. They are available because it's going to be a great event. You can do the dinner or just the show. But thank you very much for joining us today, telling us about the show. And we need to fill the Civic Center for this one.
Thank you. Please come out, Lima. We're so excited to be coming from New York to bring this important show. Bring the family, bring everybody. It's a beautiful piece, and I'm sure you will enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.